Good evening and welcome. My name is Bill Sasso. I serve as president of the Central Midwest District, and I'd like to invite my co-masters and mistress of ceremonies, Ian Edison and Dory Davenport, to come up and add their welcomes as we inaugurate this district assembly.
Greetings. We're so glad you're all here tonight for what we think will be the final district assembly for the Central Midwest District, and we're really excited about all of the things happening related to that you'll be a part of this weekend, this historic weekend. In addition to Ian and I, who serve the district, I wanted to see, is Nancy Combs Morgan? There she is. Stand up, Nancy. Nancy also works for our regional staff group.
All right.
All the way from Kentucky, so we're glad you're here. No burden. And we have other people from the Heartland and Central and Prairie Star districts who you'll be meeting, and it's just a wonderful, joyous occasion. We're very grateful to Ruben for all of the music coordination that he's put together for the weekend for us, and our keynote presenters who will be wonderful, and I've had the privilege of working with them over the past few weeks. So excited to hear all of the things they're going to be talking about with us. So, welcome to a wonderful, joyous celebration.
Yes, welcome, and thank you for coming. It is so great to see all of you here. I hope we have prepared for you a rich banquet of worship and celebration and learning together. And I also look forward to the important work of deliberation and decision-making we're going to do. So thank you very much for all being here. It's just great to see.
And now, I'd like to introduce former District President Ryan Fogle, who will start off the banner parade.
Shall we, folks? And
At this point, I'd like to introduce some guests we have with us who have significant relationships with us and significant news to share. Kathy Burek is coming up first. She's president of the Prairie Star District. Right behind her is Amy Taylor, president of the Heartland District. They bring greetings and, frankly, news.
Hello, everybody. It's a delight to be here. I bring you greetings on behalf of the board, the staff, and the member congregations of the Prairie Star District of the UUA. We're your neighbors to the west, encompassing the western part of Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas, and as part of Missouri is around Kansas City. So 3 weeks ago now, we voted unanimously to agree to join the Mid-America region, the UUA's first, and we're looking forward, no matter what your vote tomorrow, to a close, deep, and full partnership with all of you.
So I too would like to extend my appreciation for being here from the board of the Heartland District and the staff, and just being welcome to this meeting. We cover Kentucky to Michigan and Western Ohio, everything west of that till we bump into you. We look forward to, well, last weekend we had our vote. Two weeks ago. I'm losing track every weekend almost. We're in a different location voting. And the Heartland District also voted to become the Mid-America region. So we have great excitement, looking forward to your business meeting and what your decision will be. And we look forward to you bridging us all into one incredible new vision for our association.
We light this chalice now in honor of the Unitarian desire for freedom against any oppression, in memory of the Universalist belief that love knows no bounds, and in honor of you pioneers in the center of our country, unafraid of revelation beyond tomorrow's dawn. I ask you now to rise in body or in spirit, and you'll be following the bouncing minister, and that's me, as we give you directions for singing our opening hymn, which in your hymnal is number 141, and you're going to say, hey, how come we don't have that information here? Because you guys should know what that hymn is. I know that not many of them do. It's I've Got a New Name over in Zion, which you're going to be repeating 3 times, and it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, I declare it's mine. So you'll follow the leading voices up here from your minister and also of the choir. So we're asking now all to rise. Maestro, if you would lead us. We're here together, shall we? I great novelist Isabel Allende, who wrote these words. As I travel through life, I gather experiences that lie imprinted on the deepest strata of my memory. And there they ferment, are transformed, and sometimes they rise to the surface and sprout like strange plants from other worlds. What is the fertile humus of the subconscious composed of? Why are certain images converted into recurrent themes, nightmares, or in writing? End of quote. We are at a moment now where ferment has brought us to a time of institutional change. An idea once incoherent and now has been saturated in the fertile ground of conversation, of reflection, of trial and retrial again. And now we believe it has sufficient structure to empower our movement. But this movement of ours has no reason to exist if we can't bring more light and understanding to our broken world. No reason for being if that self-same light can't touch those who are stretching to reach it in our congregations. Let our region always nurture the soul's unending yearning and connection, facilitating deep connection from heart to heart, from hand to willing hand. I invite you now to get situated comfortably. Sit back in your seats if you'd like. Put your feet squarely on the floor as you'd like. And I invite you now to breathe in peace, gently, consistently, so that you might breathe out and then embody wellness. Breathing in peace, breathing out wellness in this moment of silent meditation, reflection, and prayer. Breathing in peace, breathing out wellness, as long as ever you breathe. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so.
I'm glad that you have chosen to be here. I'm glad that you've been willing to disrupt the everyday cycle of your life, to make time for a journey to this part of our district, to this part of Wisconsin, to this very room tonight. I'm glad you made the journey, whether it was from the forests of northern Michigan, or from the Ozark foothills of Missouri, from the Eastern time zone in Indiana, from the wilds of southern Illinois, from the river communities, or the farm towns, or the suburbs, or the urban centers, where we live our Unitarian Universalist faith every day. I look out and I see all of you gathered here, and I can't help but think of words spoken by our former UUA president, Phil Singford, who often seemed to say, "Friends, we are better together." I heard that a lot at General Assembly. Perhaps some of you remember Bill Singford saying that. And those words in their turn remind me of another set of words spoken by UU minister, the Reverend Mark Morrison Reed. It's a reading in our hymnal, one that maybe some of you are familiar with, number 580, The Task of Religious Community. And he says, the central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered among the particulars of our own lives and the lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to work for justice. It is the church that assures us we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow and our strength is too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed. I'm confident that our time together this weekend will widen our vision and will renew our strength. Our weekend includes a wonderful variety of workshops in a larger program. It includes 2 inspiring keynote speakers, Professor Nicole Kirk this evening and Reverend Nate Walker tomorrow morning. And as you probably know, it includes the annual business meeting. Always inspiring. I hope you know already that we'll consider a proposal to join our neighbor districts, Heartland to the east and Prairie Star to the west, in forming the Mid-America region. And as you've just heard, both of those districts have voted to form the region. Think how hard it would be for them to do it without us. They've done their work. Tomorrow afternoon, it's our turn to vote. In forming Mid-America, we would take a bold step. We would form something new in Unitarian Universalism, a body representing approximately 1/5 of the Unitarian Universalist Association's adult members and approximately 1/5 of its congregations. In doing so, we would leave behind what we are today in order to discover what we may be capable of becoming tomorrow. In doing so, we risk giving up the present we're familiar with, the status quo, for the possibility and the opportunity of the future. So I'm glad that you have chosen and been chosen to be here. I'm glad you have chosen to participate in this decision process because I believe in the wisdom of groups. Mark Morrison Reed had it right, I think, when he said, together our vision widens and our strength is renewed. Enjoy this district assembly. Know that we are very glad you're here.
Thank you. And now, I invite you to rise again. And this time we make it just a little bit easier for you because the hymn we'll be singing, number 67, is on the first side of your order of service. in Mid-America Places, may we pledge ourselves in covenant firmly to stand, and may the sun never set on our movement.